Hey everybody, it's the Foodie Whisperer here. Tonight we're going to do a little sashimi appetizer. We were in San Diego today and stopped by Catalina Offshore Products and saw our trusted fishmonger Tommy Gomes. Got this beautiful piece of Big Eye Tuna. Now whenever I eat, I like to drink. I'm not sure about you, so you'll see over here I've got a nice bottle of Kikasui. This is one of our all-time favorites. Years and years ago when we started eating sushi and sashimi and drinking sake, this is the one we fell in love with. Not too expensive. You get a big bottle for about the same cost as you get a regular bottle on some of the more popular sakes. Got a nice light flavor, slight sweetness to it, not too dry, and very mild. So it pretty much goes with anything Japanese-ish, especially sushi, because it doesn't overpower the fish. So when I cook, and as you'll see as we progress through the kitchen with more videos, I like to have nice tools. I think the tools are a big part of cooking, and it's just fun to be able to say, hey, I'm breaking out my really cool knives. Tonight I'm using my Miyabi 9-inch sashimi blade. It's a stainless steel Damascus blade. It's got a birchwood handle. This handle actually has a D shape to it. If you see, it's rounded over a little bit right here. This one's made for a right-hander, so it fits very, very nicely into the palm and into the curl of my knuckles. For the sashimi, pretty simple. First, make sure you have a really good piece of fish, and the best way that you can do that, I think, is to make sure you have a trusted fishmonger, or at least a source that you trust. I'm not an expert in this stuff, so if I walked into a store and it said sashimi grade tuna, I would probably tend to trust them, but really depends on the store. And I'm not sure I know enough to figure this out on my own. So I always go to a guy that I know is going to have fresh fish. This is a piece of Big Eye Tuna, as I said. Big Eye Tuna has a big grain on it. As with any piece of meat, you want to identify the grain and usually cut across the grain. Not usually, you want to cut across the grain. It just cuts right through all of the tendons, the gristle, the cartilage and everything, and makes it easier to slice. You don't have to have a fancy sashimi knife like this. A chef's knife will work. You want a long blade, certainly, because the intent here is to make one clean slice through the fish. And it just gives you a really nice looking piece of fish when you're done, rather than having a shorter blade and having to saw your way through it. It kind of messes up the look of the meat and the texture of the meat when you actually sit down to eat it. So you do want it as sharp as possible. I'm going to keep my fingers out of the way as I press against this fish, just slightly firming that up, get a little bit of the jiggle out of the fish. Most people are looking for about an 1/8 inch slice. Some people do it thinner, some people do it thicker. I tend to go a little thicker because I only have 5 fingers and I'd like to have them all in the morning. So I'm going to place my palm here at a slight angle, look for my 1/8 inch with my blade, starting way at the heel of the blade and slightly drawing through it until I feel the blade hit the cutting board. Make sure I've severed that nicely. Flip it over, and as you can see, a pretty beautiful looking piece of fish. Continue going with this till you got all the fish you can eat, or in our case tonight, we're probably just going to eat this whole little chunk of fish. You can see I'm not going with nearly the speed that your favorite sushi chef would be going with, but then again, I'm not trying to feed 100 starving people. That's it. That's how we cut sashimi in our house. Hope you enjoy your dinner tonight, and cheers, my friends.